CIM student, and when working with CIM, I realized that my skills were diversified and was growing a lot from the internships at Alcatraz, or even working at precast at Garden State Precast, and working for a design build company, that I had varied skills. So I decided to open my own company, and I do project management and construction tasks and skills that help people that they wouldn't even understand that they need. Like our most recent project last year, I built a restaurant in Franklin Park on Route 27, a smoke shop. I did a couple residential projects, a mosque in South Jersey, and I'm still technically in school, but I'm able to do this in past projects that I'm doing. I do complete project management, like say an owner comes to me, they had plans. Through my company I took their plans, I went to the township meetings, I did the buyouts, I called the subs. I'm on site actually all day too, because after the beginning stage of building the building, I was the person on site. I was with the subs. And days they didn't have people helping, I was help fill trenches, meeting with inspectors, just learning different assets and different ways that construction and concrete interconnect. And actually, while doing my own thing with Beyond the Roof and Glass, the name of my company, I met an inspector and he told me you should get into inspecting. And actually now I'm certified for New Jersey multi-building and dwelling inspector and hotel inspector just from the CIM program, just learning and just being proactive and learning, because in the day we all have to be proactive instead of reactive in our field as things change, so we always have to build ourselves and build our trades. Some of my most recent projects, like I said, was the restaurant, the Great Hall, Carton Brewing. I don't know if you know that beer company. I worked on their new building. The Route 22 Toyota in Hillside, that's the most recent project. I was part of every stage of that. And even working with that project, I realized how concrete and construction, we work with government officials, we don't even realize. Like our project at Route 22, it was actually stopped because the mayor wanted me to set up a meeting between the car owner, the owner of the dealership, and her. She wouldn't have the meeting without it. And I didn't understand why, but in the meeting, she was like, later on, she goes, yeah, by the way, we need cars for our township. I'm like, what just happened here? And like, you don't even realize how these things actually happen backstage, and it puts you in and gives you a better insight of what construction and what the world really is. It's really connections and networks, like people were saying before. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And you can actually build yourself, and you don't even realize you're building people next to you, and that's the most important part of CIM. Like we were saying, money talks. I feel as the women in construction and companies themselves, they should be proactive to hiring more women, making more women interested in the science fields. Like they were saying, after 2008, construction and concrete basically just stopped. It was a cease for a lot of people. I know people who lost their job, lost companies, lost their whole footing and foundation. So now we've been in a new era where we have better construction and better skills and more opportunity for growth. It's projected to increase by 24%, and this increase in, was it 323,000 jobs? We don't even have that many people in the program, you understand? So we should be able to push and get more people, more women, more people with diverse backgrounds into the program. So when you think construction, you don't think of the big fat little guy who's just running everything. That's not really what it is now. That's not what it is. I really feel we have to cut the BS out of human resources and just the hiring tactics, because a lot of times for construction companies or places I've gone, it's a lot of people who really have no idea or no background in construction. So with the CIM program, it offers us a stronger footing and a stronger knowledge base, and we actually should get paid more. We should get appreciated more for our opportunities and what we have. With women in construction, we only are now 9.6% of women are in the business, which is really low, especially since you go to a construction company. When you walk in, you'll probably see women estimators, women engineers, women in the background who are actually helping the project run, but you'll never see them in the front. So even with the 9% that they give from the United States Business Labor Series, I don't really think it's real, because if you walk into a construction company, you'll see most women that are in the office or running the numbers, because you can have the best construction company in the world. If your accounting sucks, or if your estimating sucks, you lose business. There's no need for success. There will be no success. Like I said, actions speak louder than words. You guys are here today, so you should be proactive to try to hire more women, try to hire people with more diverse background, because they will fit. Because I've known women, for instance, who've had great jobs at construction companies, but they'll leave to find a better job because they'll get paid more and they'll have more opportunities to grow. The worst thing to ever be is be at a company for 10 years, or 10 years and you just still make less than the person next to you who's has less experience to you. You know, I know a lot of women who've left jobs that they've had for 10, 15 years because they said, I'm not getting paid enough, or I'm not getting treated well enough. And that has to end, and it has to have better positions where proactive positions. Like, I've had a position before where I was an assistant project manager, and the senior project manager literally would sit in his car on site and sleep. Like, I would be on site, I'd have to go meet the subs at 6 o'clock in the morning, meet with the ready-mix company, go to the township, and then he's sitting in his car, I'm like, where is he? He's in the car smoking a cigarette, he's sleeping, but he's not being proactive. So I actually ended up leaving that position because I'm like, I'm gonna be stuck at 8 p.m. for years and never get paid or never get the right type of appreciation for the work that I put in. Like, I'm coming in at 6 and I'm leaving at 7 p.m. There should be no reason that your efforts are not appreciated. And I feel like women in construction really get the short end and stick with that one, especially when it comes to pay and appreciation for the work. Do you love your job? That's always a big question I ask for anybody I know or anybody, even if you go to an interview, I feel like you should ask your interviewer, do you love your job? Because how can you sell me the job of working there if you don't like it? Every day you spend more time with people you work with than your family, your friends. So I feel with construction, we are a very expressive trade, I would say, or very communicative, we're always with each other. So we should be in a position where we have a job and an environment where we actually love our job and wake up happy to go to work. The last thing a person wants to be is 50 years old and upset about their decision of the job. You know, in the construction industry, I feel we should push to make people actually love their job and actually feel happy to go to work. Because if they're not happy to go to work, that means they're not going to give you their best effort or their best workmanship. On this last slide, it's like Manoop said, it's like a funny take on what I do. On my day-to-day, you'll see a lot. This is going to showcase one of my most recent projects. I built a Mediterranean restaurant from scratch. It was basically a shallow hollow building, and I was on site every day. And actually, that was the most inclusive project I've had. Like, people were missing on site, so I had to be there, building the trenches, meeting with the concrete coordinators. I had to meet with the inspectors. I was on site with rebar, with the Muslim, that was the mosque in South Jersey we worked on. That project was actually stopped a couple times because of board officials and board meetings and government things. You really don't understand until you work in the field how much things are, how much small things make a bigger thing. For one of our projects, my final inspection, it was on hold because I didn't have stickers on the emergency light, and you don't even realize the small details. So I had to go around and label each sticker. But finally we passed, and I got my first official restaurant that I ever built, or construction from the ground up. It's a Mediterranean restaurant, fits about 1,500 people. So I had to do the whole thing from hiring the subs, budgeting, costing. I did payroll for the guys we hired, so I was in charge of the books. That's the residential projects I worked on as well, the Scotch Plains. It was a complete blank lot, and I did the complete buyouts, finding subs on site every day, like I said. This project here is a smoke shop in Franklin Park. It was basically an empty shell of the building, and we did a whole complete HVAC system for a smoke shop, which is different than the normal, so I did everything with that. And also with doing this program, I started different social media brands. I would do marketing, engineering, and construction companies too on the side. So with starting my own business and working in concrete, I realized I was able to do a lot more than ever expected, and I'm appreciative of the program.
Any questions?
Questions? Concerns?
Thank you very much. Mohammed actually, he did start his concrete competition, decorative concrete competition. I would like to tell you a couple of words. I promise this is the last.